Good morning, everybody. It's Steve Brown from Mirae Securities, Mirae Live. Joining us this morning, we have Ms. Huong Tran, who's the Head of Bank Strategy and Head of Retail Banking for VIB. Good morning, Ms. Huong.
Good morning.
You've been with the bank now for 8 years this year, and VIB has transformed since your time from a wholesale banking specialist to perhaps the leading tier 2 bank in retail banking, one of the top 4 banks in retail banking in Vietnam, and you're the first bank to have both Basel II, Basel III and IFRS accreditation as well. Can you discuss with us your transformation of the bank and how you've seen the important features become into the retail banking sphere for VIB?
Right. So I was really lucky because I was with the bank for the very first day of transformation. So we have a transformation period for 10 years, 2016 to 2026. And right now we just finished the very first phase of 5 years period. And we all see that coming from a bank, we focus mostly on wholesale banking. And right now, 90% of our book is retail banking, which is the highest ever in the banking industry in Vietnam of retail banking focus when you compare to the average market of around 40%. So we are not only the highest in retail banking focus, but we have the highest ROE, more than 30%. And we are the leading bank, the number 1 bank of auto loan, number 1 bank of bancassurance in Vietnam for 5 years in a row. And we are top 3 bank for credit card insurance and spending per card as well. We're also the number 1 bank for mobile apps digitalization. So I think that over the last 5 years, we have been transformed quite successfully because we see the huge potential of retail market in Vietnam. So that's why we aggressively change our customer base, change the products innovation, change the digitalization strategy as well to serve. We expect to serve like millions and millions of customers, and we all see the results for the first 5 years.
Talking about the millions and millions of customers, you've got around about 3.8 million existing customers.
Yeah.
Established in 1996, 166 branches. Part of your vision is to service up to 10 million customers within the next few years.
Yeah.
And a lot of that will be done digitally, I would imagine.
Sure.
The digital banking strategy of VIB, if you could expand therefore on that.
Yeah, sure. So we talk about retail banking. We talk about like serving millions of people. So digitalization is a must. Although right now we have like 166 branches, and also right now we already have 3.8 million customers, but we aim to have like 10 millions in the next 5 years. And most of them, I think like more than 70% of them will come from digitalization. I mean like digital channels. For the last 5 years, we do the digital transformation at the very first day. So right now, we besides the physical channel, we have digital channel that helps us a lot, and especially when we just experienced the COVID time for the last 2 years, the customer acquisition is booming through digital channels. But it's good for us that we already prepared for that 5 years ago. So our platforms for Salesforce, our platform for customers, and we even develop digital platform for partners as well. So we have a platform for auto partners, we have platform for mortgage brokerage. That's why our sales and performance during the COVID time was not hit. And in fact, like we grow like more than 33% during the very hard time of COVID. Yeah.
Your digital platform, you target the mass affluent of Vietnam, the affluent, and also you're focusing on the customer segments there, which are among the largest total customer target market base in Vietnam. They're ideal for auto loans, they're ideal for credit cards, life insurance products.
And mortgage loan as well.
And mortgage loans as well, correct, yes. So with your digital banking strategies, how do you differentiate yourself compared to the other banks?
Right. So because we are talking about a bank with 90% focus on retail banking. compared to the other bank of 30% focus on retail banking. So the digital transformation and strategy is much, much different. So we have to prepare digitalization so that we can serving like millions and 100 millions of transactions for millions of customers. So we focus on data governance, because like this is going to be a very fundamental thing for retail banking to do digital transformation. So we do data governance, we apply big data and AI and machine learning. And we also have the most updated technology, like we apply the applications of AWS and Azure clouds. We also apply the microservice application and open API to the partners' platforms. So that helps us a lot to not only improve the digital experience of the customers itself, but also we are able to connect digitally to our partners. For example, we connect to the top 5 of security companies in the market. And with the booming of stock markets recently in Vietnam, I think that we benefit a lot from that. Yeah.
And the big tech companies as well, you partner with Zalo, with Grab, Momo, VNPay, all of the large incumbent fintechs out there too. Banker strategy now, can you expand upon this? Because your sales per branch are among the best in the market, probably 2x compared to your nearest rival. So you're obviously training your staff well to cross-sell products and upsell to your clients. What helps VIB achieve such results?
Okay, so first of all, for the result of bancassurance, we are not among the leaders. We are the leader for 3 years now. Okay, and we have 12% of market shares in bancassurance, and that's the top 1 bank in the market. And yeah, you're right. We have like more than 1,500 people to sell bancassurance, including the personal bankers and the wealth sales and wealth managers. The thing that differentiates VIB from all the other banks in the market, and that's the reason why we lead for 3 years in a row, because like we applied the direct sales model. So other banks, they apply referral model, when you just refer the customer to the insurance company. But we, VIB itself, we build a very close A to Z process, and we sell it ourselves. And we just give the contract to the insurance company. We take care of everything. So that's why we understand our customer and we understand their needs, and we take all responsibility when we sell insurance. And that's why we gain the trust from our customers, and they keep referring to their client and to their friends. And we, for last year, I think that we issue around more than 1,570 billion Vietnam dong in Bancan premium. And we did it online 100%.
Wow.
And we are the first bank in Vietnam sell bancassurance 100% online. And I think that is the very big achievement that other competitors look after too. Yeah.
How does that compare to your auto strategy? Because more than 1 in 5 car loans is a VIB connected car loan nowadays as well. So how does that compare, your auto strategy loan business to banker?
Right. So similar to bancassurance, which we are leading for 3 years now, auto loan, we are number 1 in the market for 5 years now. And right now, our market share is more than 22%. And we will maintain 2-digit number of market share for the next 5 years as well. And we maintain our leading position. The reason why, because I think that we have the most competitive and innovative product, which allow us to give the customer the fastest turnaround time. So while the other banks take like 2 or 3 days to give a car loan, VIB takes only 2 hours. Yeah, and we also have a very good and very close partnership with 100% of car dealers and auto showroom nationwide. And we built it for 5 years now. We have a very good reputation and very well brand names of auto loan banker auto loan bank, and we have a very close relationship with the auto dealers as well.
Right. So we might talk about VIB's card strategies now, because you've had some very successful launches with your cards. You launched the first dual card in Southeast Asia, the combined credit and debit card. Plus, you've also partnered with one of Korea's largest fintech companies, TOS. Yes, for the two-in-one card there as well. Can you expand upon your card strategy and any new card lines for 2022?
Right. You're right. Right now, just after 3 years, when we start with only 74,000 card in force, and right now, after 3 years, we have like 500,000 credit card in force. And it's thanks to our digitalization and innovative features that we apply to credit cards. And we also extend our partnership with the most reputable fintech companies in the world. And like you mentioned, we have partnership with Zalo, with Grab, with Momo, and with TOS, a very famous fintech company in Korea, and top 100 fintech company in the world as well. So that's why, and we have a very, very good marketing campaigns that really help us to. Last year, actually, we are the one that was mentioned the most about credit cards in Vietnam. Yeah. So our strategy is to become a leading trend in credit cards in Vietnam, where we will introduce the most innovative and the most applicable technology in the world to Vietnam that Vietnamese never experienced before. And we did that, very successfully. And right now, VIB is in top 3 of card issuing per month. And also we are top 3 in spending per card per month. And I think that this beautiful number shows that we are on the right track.
And that also underscores your good target market, your existing client market, the mass affluent, so they can use the cards and they can, more importantly,
Absolutely.
pay for the use without default and so on. Talking about your institutional customers, a lot of your mass affluent and affluent customers are successful SME owner-operators. That part of your business, compared to your pure retail business, is small but significant. And what's your strategy for the SME space?
Right. I think the SME is still very important. Micro SME and SME, right now, they account for, I think, that more than 60% of the country's GDP. And it's very important. So we still maintain, I just mentioned that retail banking accounts for nearly 90% of the bank book, and the other 8% to 10% will be for wholesale banking, in which we focus on retail, on SME as well. For SME, we provide them credit line, we provide them cash management and guarantees, and other activities that promote their daily businesses. So I think that we have a very good maintenance of our book, and wholesale banking, actually, they did a very good performance for the last 5 years as well, although we transformed from wholesale banking to retail banking focus.
Now, your funding strategies, the CASA ratio is about 16% now. Target CASA about 30% in the next 5 years. Share your strategy in that area.
Cost to ratio, CIR?
The CASA.
CASA, yeah.
CASA ratio.
Right. Yeah, the CASA is 16%, and we are aiming that CASA will come to 30% in 5 years, in which digital channel will account for more than 65%. Because we're very strong at digitalization, and we're building digital platforms, and we connect with stock companies, with the investment companies, so that the investors and our customer can have the mutual benefits when they open accounts for both sides. And for CASA, we triple the average ticket size of CASA for the last 5 years, and for the last year only, we grow 55%. 55%, and that is the fastest growing of CASA in Vietnam for last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, at the annual general meeting in March, you targeted 30% credit growth. bit of a challenging target, but you're a very progressive bank. Why does VIB feel so successful about that ambitious target growth? And will you get SBV approval for such an aggressive credit growth is also the attaching supplementary.
Right. 30% is not any chain number to VIB, because we have 30% of credit growth in 2019, 2020, 20. So, but due to the COVID time, the SBV really reduced the credit room for banks. So, for example, for last year, we were affected by COVID. So our credit growth is around 19.1%. But profits still grow, like 38%. It means that our profit does not really strongly based on the credit room of SBV. Given that right now our NII, the non-interest income of VIB, accounts for 20% of our income, which is the highest among the banks. So we have very strong credit cards. We have very strong, other fees income like bancassurance and transaction fee as well. So we expect that given even lower credit room given by SPV, we expect that we will still grow about at least 33% of profit for the next year, because the revenue coming streams are really very many resources for the revenue as well.
And in the period 2022 to 2026, at the AGM on the 16th of March, it was announced that you're aiming to grow compound profit by at least 30% per year, which is also quite impressive. Now, to help achieve that, you're also focusing on growing the customer base from an existing 3.8 million up to about 10 million customers by 2026, and a dramatic increase in stock market capitalization, which is over $3 billion US equivalent at the moment, to about 14 billion USD as well. So you've got some existing strategic investors in your bank. One of Australia's largest, most successful banks, Commonwealth Bank of Australia, has been with you for approaching 15, 20 years, sitting on 20% of VIB, and there's potential there to expand the foreign ownership limit room up to a maximum 30%, and also to welcome on board in time future international investors. Can you expand upon where you see the strategy there heading into the future?
Right. We think that is very achievable. Yeah, because when we talk about retail banking focus, and what we have been done for the last 5 years is really focus on digitalization. And now the benefits of digitalization project is just begins. So when it just begins, we have started at 3.8 million customers. And now when the digital projects is completed and going to application, so we expect with the partnership with stock companies, with big data company, and with the investment funds company, the customers we acquire not only through the physical channels, but also very, very big portion from the digital channels as well. Right now we have My VIB, we have website, and we have several partners, platforms, and customer digital platforms to help them to onboard to VIB and our partners at the same time. So I think it's very outstanding and unique in the market, because we are invest heavily around 20 to 30 million US dollar per year for digital projects only.
So, looking at the AGM on the 16th of March, your management board of directors submitted to shareholders a plan to grow the bank profit by at least 30% per year, target customers up to 10 million by 2026, and hopefully get stock market capitalization up to about 14 billion US equivalent by 2026. Would you like to explain a little bit on how you see all of that being achieved?
Yeah, we think that is achievable. Based on what we have been done for the last 5 years, we build a very strong foundation for next growth. All the digitalization projects and all the customer base of nearly 4 million right now. And we expect that with the extended partnership with securities companies, with investment funds and big tech company and big data company as well, it is achievable for us to reach from 4 million to 10 millions in 5 years. In terms of market cap, I think it's achievable as well, because right now the VIB has a very good pricing. The PEG of VIB is only 0.3 compared to the region of 2 to 4%, and for forecast of 2022, PEG of VIB is 0.3. Compared to the average of Vietnam is 0.4 to 0.6. And also in your recent report, MAS report, the forecast PE for 2022 of VIB is only, I think, 8.7, which is the lowest in all the banks that you covered. So I think that is have a very good trend, especially when the economy rebounds after the COVID time, with the many supports from the government. I think that Vietnam going to be a very attractive destination for investors. So for the next 5 years period, I think that Vietnam is very strong in growing in retail business, and within that, any banks that focus on retail banking should be the one who benefits the best. Yeah.
So if we look immediately to the Q1 22 results now, any standout highlights there that you're particularly proud of?
Yeah, sure. We still grow. For Q1, we grow like 24%, and the credit growth of VIB right now is 6.7%, whereas our overdue, our NPL still below 1.7%. So I think that we keep very good growth steps, and we still manage very well the risk. Yeah.
And if we look at, so the NPL is all under control. I think having a retail focus, you're in the preferred space actually at this juncture with COVID. The banks that are extending a lot of loans to businesses would be particularly concerned about their loan books compared to the VIB loan book mix. When you're looking now at the foreign investor room for the bank, you've got foreign room presently extended to about 20.5%. As a bank, you can go to 30%. So there's a tremendous scope there to welcome in new potential investors to help expand your capabilities. Do you have a plan to increase foreign room to welcome foreign investors over that 22 to 26 timeframe?
Absolutely, yeah. I think that we welcome for new, investor come in, and it's of course open to approval of AGM. But the strategy is, we open to new partners as well. Yeah.
And just some wrap-up questions. Considering you're a retail specialist, open-ended mutual funds, would you look at storyboarding into the mix of products that you offer your clients a VIB badged mutual fund? You have an associate interest in a securities company as well, so you can basically vend in pretty much everything that a retail customer would want to have in the coming time. Enlighten me.
We are not only want to have, but we prepared to have it already. Right now, we are building a digital platform for wealth customers, in which deposit, bancassurance, and investment products can be introduced through digital platforms, and we can introduce them to the to the investors of security companies, of investment funds, and also for VIB customers as well. So yes, we are open to all the other investment products, and we're actually working with security companies to introduce those products on our new digital platform soon, I think by the end of this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, very exciting. Okay, Ms. Huong Tran, thank you so much for visiting Mirae Asset Securities today. And definitely like to have you back in for the half-yearly update, and look forward to seeing how the customer expansion and business is progressing. And thank you so much
Thank
for
you
today.
for hosting. Yeah, thank you.
Steve Brown from Mirae Securities, and have a good morning.